the last time we do this stuff now. Isn't it so funny? Good to see you. Shout out. Mark, how are you? Keegan, good to see you. Westlife! You know, I forgot, given that this is your last appearance on the Late Late Show, I was watching the audience for some of that, and I love to see the guys in the audience. The girls are going mad, and the boyfriends are going...
Never changes after 14 years.
Nothing. 14 years. Why are you breaking up? What's the reason?
I don't know. Look, I suppose, you know, for us, I think, you know, 14 years is the big thing that kind of sums it up for the four of us. You know, I mean, we've been doing this since we were teenagers, really. And we just kind of felt like, you know, it's been going for a very, very long time. The last 2 to 3 years have been, you know, not as easy as the previous years, and we kind of felt like that, you know, kind of coming towards the Greatest Hits album, we were out of contract with our record label. Our record label offered us a new contract, and we just kind of felt like it was the right time for us. You know, we kind of felt like signing a new contract and making a big commitment past this Greatest Hits album that's just about to be released was just going to be too much. It was just going to be too hard. We just kind of felt like the last kind of, I suppose probably more the last year, even more so, has been quite hard and quite stressful to a certain extent as well. Well, just the kind of keeping the engine running, if you like, you know, keeping it going. You know, I think at the end of the day, there's been a lot of you know, it's been down to the four of us and the likes of Louis and, you know, to keep it going. And it hasn't been the easiest thing to do in the world. And, you know, we've dedicated so much time to each other over the last 14 years that I think it was kind of like, you know, as men and as adults to kind of be able to turn around to each other and say, you know, you're released, if you like.
Because I was watching, you know, even chatting to you earlier on in rehearsals, it's like, I hope you don't mind me saying so, it's almost like there's a weight off your shoulders. You just seem kind of very relaxed, as if to say, yeah, that's, would that be fair to say?
Yeah. It's true, though, because we were spending an awful long time trying to work out when to do it and how to do it, what to say, how to explain ourselves. And it's kind of weird, because there is no exact answer. There was no incident that made it happen. It's kind of just more of an overall feeling that this is the right time to end. And
who made the phone call then? I mean, was that you, Nicky? Who made the call that said, lads, let's have a chat? Louis.
To Louis, is it? Or
no,
to each other. One of you had to say.
It was like this has been coming over probably 16 months, maybe 18 months, where, you know, well, even as far back as 2008, there was probably, we took the break to give us a break. And we took a year away, and then we came back, and then about a year after that, we left Simon Cowell. And because I think there was cracks shown, and we were trying to patch things up and trying to look for reasons. But I think the reality of it was that we simply weren't enjoying, the only part of the show we were enjoying was the show itself. You know, being on stage, the banter with the fans, there's nothing beats that. But I think the rest of it, I think we'd grown up, decision making had become harder and harder and harder amongst us.
Did you, Shane, do you think you just got a bit, not tired of it, maybe a bit bored of it, and just kind of, maybe it's time for something fresh, new, different? And
I think, in all of us, I think, it wasn't boredom, but I think, as Nicky said, we weren't enjoying it as much the last couple of years. You know,
why not?
We just didn't have the drive in us like we had. You know, we were making decisions every day about our lives that was changing our life for the better, for the worse. We didn't know, and there was a lot of pressure on to make the right decisions, and we felt we had done like 12 albums in 14 years. Like it's pretty crazy, to be honest. But it's great that we got to do that. But I think it's kind of just taking its toll on all of us together, because it's everything we do, we have to agree on together. You know, if one of us can't do something, the other three can't do something, and I think going forward, it's just more difficult. And we said, look, we've had 14 great years. Let's just.
I think we grew up.
You know.
You know what I mean? I think we don't get me wrong. We've been in the band as adults as well, but I think we grew to a point where, you know, like you said, there are probably other things out there. 14 years is a long time in any job, and when cracks start to appear and things like that, it's probably right to see what else. What did
you think when you saw the enormous coverage? Did you sit at home watching it, or did you ignore it?
Yeah, I had a lump in my throat watching it. I watched 6-1, watched Louis, and I mean, Louis, out of everybody, you know, he was the one that's really devastated and really said, no, just, you know, you'll something that'll blow over. Like you'll come around eventually.
We didn't know how many people, like, if people would react, big, small, medium, and it was a really big reaction, and it was on the news, and TV shows were like cancelling their schedules and just making their show dedicated to Westlife and everything. And you know, to us it was kind of bittersweet, because it was really nice that people still cared, but at the same time, obviously, it was weird standing in my kitchen in Sligo looking at the news and you know, it was so, you know, it was definite. It was on the news now, so we had made the decision.
Kind of like watching an obituary or something. Like
It was
kind
funny,
of,
in a
yeah.
way, because
But nobody has died.
But
No,
career
indeed.
is made up of moments.
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
and I think, you know, we're for us in a band, you know, we're always looking for the moments and to try and make them moments big.
Yes.
And you know, I think, you know, when we're coming to this decision, I think this is why we did it the way we've done it, rather than kind of like just fizzling away
Or messy.
or messy or whatever it may be, or you know, whatever it may be. We just kind of felt, you know, rather than going out off the back of a greatest hits album and then deciding at the end of the tour, you know what, we're going to decide we're going to break up. Let's make a moment out of it for us, you know, as well, for the four of us, because you know, I mean, playing Croke Park, for example, as our farewell gig in Ireland is going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be the saddest day for all of us, but you know, it's going to be a moment. We're going to end on a high. We're going to end on, you know, in our national stadium with hopefully 85,000 people.
What will you do? I mean, what's next? I'm tempted to say, what would you like to be when you grow up, Shane? No, but obviously now that you've grown up through this, what's next for you?
It's hard to say, to be honest. Like, for all of us, I think everyone asks us, are we going to go solo? But the four of us are actually going to go solo into some sort of project. The good thing about the fact that we're announcing it now is we have the next 9 months to kind of work on what we want to do.
What do you want to do?
For me, personally, like, I'd love to keep singing.
Singing, your
You know,
solo career.
I'd like to keep singing, yeah.
What about you, Mark?
The same, I
The
think.
men are delighted.
I got three albums there.
The guy in the back row is saying, woo!
Woo.
Mark, what would you like to do?
Honestly, stay in music as well. Just lots of creative things, but I think inevitably I'm a singer and I want to make music regardless of whether it's in or out of Westlife, you know.
So
but
more of that.
it's even weird talking about it, but you know.
Why?
It's just weird to be here officially talking about it to you. And,
Yeah.
I'll
but,
tell you, it
it's-
is weird.
You know, it's what we naturally do. It's nothing to do with. We haven't stopped Westlife to do something else, but we will have to do something when Westlife's finished. You know, we're all. You know, I'm 31 years old. We're still young and we have lots of energy. So we're not going to go home and start shining the golf clubs, as Nicky put it the other day, just yet. You know.
Yeah. Are you planning on shining the golf clubs, Nicky, or
No,
what's your?
No, I think we're all, as Mark said, we're far too young for that. And there's
What do you want to do?
Your seat. No.
Oh, yeah. Do you want this gig? Go on, try it.
Can I say I officially presented the Late Late Show now?
Yeah, you can now.
Right, so Ryan, it's been 14 years.
Well, I think
What would you like to do?
I think I just feel that I want to explore. You know, it's been a long journey, and myself and Shane we never saw eye to eye. They were crack showing, and we just thought, you know.
The public never saw them. Keane, did you see those cracks?
I did. I seen an awful lot of them cracks.
I'm feeling this. I'm liking this.
Okay, that's it. Give me my gig back.